You know what draws me in? It's not the loudest person in the room. It's not the person who's constantly trying to prove that they're confident, but it's the one who doesn't say much but makes you pay attention. The one who doesn't have to announce their worth because it just shows up in everything they do. And that's quiet confidence. And I think that's one of the most attractive things a person can have. And there's something so magnetic about someone who's so secure in themselves but doesn't need a spotlight to validate it. They're not constantly fishing for compliments. And there's something about the way they speak, thoughtfully and calmly, without needing to fill in every silence. And they walk into a room not to be seen, but you notice them anyway. And I think that makes a very strong impression because there's an intention behind it. How every clothing that you wear, every gesture that you make, it feels like it's meant to be there. Not to impress, but to express. Have you ever talked to someone that's actually really calm? Not because they don't care, but because they got nothing to prove. Like the common trace that they have is that they don't interrupt you. They don't try to one-up your stories, and they don't try to remind you of their worth because they already know it. And to me, that's like the confidence that doesn't wear off. It doesn't fade when people stop clapping. It doesn't crumble when someone else walks in looking better or louder. It's rooted in something deeper, which is self-respect. And I think seeing someone with that energy, it's almost magnetic. You want to be like them. All of a sudden, you want to embody their confidence. You want to know what they have. You're instantly kind of hooked. And before you even know it, you're just kind of there wondering how they got that. How they got that quiet confidence. And people with quiet confidence feel so safe because you don't feel like you have to perform around it. You don't need to be someone else. You don't have to fight to be heard. It just kind of invites you in with presence. And surrounding yourself with people like that, you feel like you're being yourself more because they're already being themselves effortlessly. And you can learn a lot from them. Over time, I realized that the most confident person in the room isn't always the one who's telling the best stories or wearing the flashiest outfit. Sometimes it's the one that's sitting back, smiling, observing, listening to other people. Because they don't need to prove who they are to anyone. And that's actually very impressive because we live in a world that loves noise. Like social media tells us to post more, talk louder, flex harder, but real confidence doesn't demand attention. When someone walks with that energy, you feel it. You kind of straighten up and you talk with more intention because you sort of feel that they're not there to impress you, so you don't feel the need to impress them. So yeah, I think quiet confidence is so powerful because it doesn't beg, it doesn't chase, it doesn't conform to the norm. It just stands, grounded, calm and secure, and that kind of presence is real and rare. And that makes it unbelievably attractive. And the confusing thing is, I used to like people that are more extroverted, that are more talkative and, sort of louder than I was. But people with quiet confidence is also very loud when you get to know them. Like just because they don't show it on the surface when they first meet people, it doesn't mean that they're just all these introverted people that don't speak at all, we're always calm. They sometimes overreact, they can laugh weirdly, they have these like funny sides in them when you get to know them personally, but the core value stays in them. They don't change that much, they also don't really shake when times are rough. At the same time, they know when to avoid trouble. I just feel like they are the best people that know how to enjoy life without making it too dramatic and everything. And that's something that I very admire. I think I'm attracted to people that I can learn a lot from. And when someone has something that I really don't have or that I can learn a lot from, it just instantly kind of makes me be interested in them. So the ones who don't always post, the ones who don't always speak up, who don't always fight to be seen, but still carry themselves with grace, security, and quiet strength, they're the most unforgettable people in my opinion. Anyone can try to show off when they feel confident, that takes courage too. But it's a different level of self-awareness to not need to know that you're confident without trying to prove it. So yeah, I think the most captivating thing about someone isn't always what's revealed, but sometimes it's what's held back with grace. And that's really attractive, and I just wanted to share it when I was thinking about it. I hope you guys are doing well wherever you are, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.